Hola familia estelar. I'm really, really excited to share this message with you today, particularly if this has found you on the 30th of November or after the fact. This transit is still going to be going on. And the reason Venus entering into Sagittarius is such a huge deal is because these specific aspects that take place in our solar system also directly impact the Earth, in which you're also an extension of. So these are going to be energetic themes that you're experiencing through this vessel, right? The soul that is seated within this carbon-based life form that allows you to experience this life on Earth. And this is going to be the theme that's taking place, because whenever Venus enters into Sagittarius, the heart breaks open, but in the best way possible. And it's so beautiful because one of our Gateway of the Light activation cards is actually higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love, and also your heart being healed. It's such a beautiful placement. It's the emotional tone of Venus, that's moved through Scorpio, actually becomes a lot lighter, it becomes a lot freer. I'm so looking forward to this transit and what it has to bring. It's, it's more honest, it's more expansive. And after this heavy emotional season in which we've all been experiencing and moving through, I've seen the comment section, which is, it's going to be great, guys. I'm really excited to share these messages with you. It's where Sagittarius is pretty much like, let's go, let's move, let's begin to rise again. So you'll definitely feel lighter, you'll feel more courageous, you'll feel more open, more willing to kind of take a chance on something that's meaningful. It's a Jupiter ruled sign, so it's about optimism, expansion, and also the wisdom that you've been able to extract from, this let's just say dark period. Venus moving through, Scorpio, I always see it as moving through the underworld. It pretty much kind of is a dark night of the soul. But what is so expansive about this energy is that there's something sacred in which you've discovered that you're now going to be revealing and bringing to the surface, something that you've discovered within yourself. Oh my god, this horse is coming! This is so Sagittarian energy because it's the centaur. Oh my god, wait. Guys, look. No way. But yeah, you're going to be able to feel like you can breathe again. It's the moment where your mood begins to uplift. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. This is so on par with Sagittarian energy. So yeah, your mood begins to lift. Again, it's ruled by Jupiter, so it's a planet of optimism, it's a planet of faith, adventure, a big energy. This is so oh my god. Hi. I wish I had carrots. Next time I'm gonna bring some carrots. Oh my god, this is so Sagittarian energy. I love this horse trail. I love to run across here. Let me get back to where we were situated real quick. But this is so it's like on cue. Again, like things are going to be popping on into your experience, and it's just so on cue with the theme. So yeah, when Venus arrives here, there's hope, there's enthusiasm, there's also like future thinking, right, that happens. There's a level of excitement in which you'll also experience as you open up to a new realm of possibilities, because of the information which you've been exposed to, right, through Venus's transit through Scorpio. Because this is where Venus comes out. It's basically like Persephone going into the underworld, right, with Hades, and then by the time she appears from the underworld and she comes back to the mortal realm, she's completely unrecognizable. And I feel like that's what's going to be happening with you. So you start imagining bigger, right? You begin believing bigger and dreaming bigger. It is pretty much the moment where you're not lowering your... Oh, wait, there's a very specific quote that I have. Let me find it on my community page real quick so I can share it with you. This is literally the quote. It says, "So do not bend your dreams to the limit of form. Instead, elevate your faith to the frequency of your vision, because the future is not fixed. It flows where consciousness directs it." And this is exactly the season in which you're going through. It's like this clear sense of direction that you're going to have with Venus entering into Sagittarius. In this season, other things that you can expect is that generosity is going to flow more naturally. I'm seeing it's an energy that you're imbuing, but also you're going to be very receptive to. This is a season where you could be receiving a lot of compliments, even affection, time, wisdom, resources that could come your way. You'll find that life and people just give so much more freely, and the thing is, the energy that you send out is going to also be something that you receive tenfold. So this transit amplifies that benevolent force, right? That Jupiterian force, especially with Jupiter in Cancer during this time, is pretty much the fairy godmother sign. So there's connections that you can experience that are going to be extremely refreshing. You know, again, they're going to have that essence of truth about them. This is where not only you, but other people are going to become more open, more honest, more spontaneous, more adventurous, right? Being able to actually answer the call towards the soul's exploration. The energy is going to be less heavy and instead more expansive. There's a craving for that truth. There's a craving for that authenticity, that meaningful exploration rather than just surface level interactions. So it's a fantastic time for bold conversations. This could be almost honest romance that could be coming your way. Maybe there's like a rekindling with a passion that you've had, and meeting people outside of your usual circles. This is 9th house energy. It's very much exploring the lays of the land. It's about making friends with people from different cultural backgrounds, networks, places in the world. It's very spiritual. It's philosophically aligned. It's spiritually aligned. It's almost cultural bonding that can also happen. Creativity also opens like a doorway as Venus enters through Sagittarius. Your inspiration is fueled by motivation that you have, movement that you have, philosophies that you want to be able to ground into reality. It's about this embodiment. It's things that you also learn through adventure and allowing yourself to begin to explore. It's a time where your art or your vision or your message becomes bigger, bolder, and more expressive, right? You're actually moving towards this season with a sense of gusto. And money and opportunities also begin to expand. This could be through travel, education, networking, sharing your wisdom. It could be about exploring new pathways in some way, but luck begins to actually increase because you aim higher. So it's a beautiful season. Venus in Sagittarius is like an arrow being lifted towards the horizon, and you're not being asked to actually stay grounded. Instead, you're being asked to believe in the direction that you're aiming for, right? No matter how big it may seem, this is where your heart actually becomes the compass, which is why we're going to read the heart being healed energy. It's almost like, again, you are trusting yourself as you navigate this new season. The things that bring you joy and your soul joy when having an experience through form becomes your map, and your curiosity becomes the horse that you ride, right? The horses that had passed. This season is about hope. It's about expansion, opportunity, and also this soul level activation that's taking place. So we have solar corona that came through. So the eclipses could have been something that allowed you to see some type of new beginning in your life. Solar corona talks about clarity that you can thank because of an eclipse, and you being super appreciative of this cycle in which you've gone through, right? This waning and waxing cycle. Because solar corona and eclipses, this one is a new moon that's actually aspecting the north node, right? Or the south node, the nodal aspects, which leads to actually growth that can happen in very unpredictable ways. So it's like you may have not known where it is that you were being guided up until this time. Okay, it's almost like there is this sense of full alignment that you're feeling internally. And then you have tidal force. Tidal force talks about the sun and the moon, and again, this gravitational force from the lunar aspects. So I feel like your intuition is going to be your guide. Okay, your heart is going to lead you towards places before the mind fully understands. It's almost like where you're guided to do something or you're guided to go somewhere and you don't know why, but then the mind catches up in a linear fashion. It's like, oh, that's why. And then you have jeweled web connectivity. Jeweled web talks about everyone comes to an oracle with a narrow perception of what's possible. And it actually talks about you're either asking questions for what you already know or what eludes you on the obvious path that you're already on. But it talks about this interconnected web, right? This interconnected blueprint, this lattice, if you will, that allows the soul to move through this realm with intention. Then you have cornucopia. Cornucopia is about harvestation season, right? Cornucopia is about wishes fulfilled. I'll go ahead and read these. And then you have generation with never ending story. So there's a new story in which you are going to be telling yourself. Generation is also an energy about whatever it is that you thought was dead, whatever it is that you thought had died or was over, is actually going to be reborn. It's about second chances and new opportunities that come better than those who have come before. So this is an upgrade basically happening in your life during this season. Let me go ahead and read for you the heart shield first of foremost. So we can take a look at this, because again, to be healed is to become whole. To become whole is to integrate the non-physical and physical aspects of yourself. And it's like you're going to be moving whole through this season. We also have 1313 clarity. So this is clarity that you're gaining from, a stormy season, if you will. So heart chakra. Again, this allows you to see your interconnectedness to all things. You've experienced much fear, separation, and heartache for your lifetime. This has encouraged you to close off and shield yourself from possible hurt. For a long time, you've been trying to open yourself back up and have been concerned about being far too vulnerable. This card shows you that you have realized love isn't something that you have to work or search for, but it's a divine inheritance. You are unconditional love experiencing itself as human, not a human searching for unconditional love, because it's going to be found within yourself. And unconditional love is about unconditional acceptance. You're accepting yourself at every stage of your evolution journey. And I feel like that's somewhere that you've arrived very gracefully, okay, within this time. So it's like, can you love and accept yourself fully before you have this thing, before you reach this destination, if you will? Can you love yourself along the journey of it? So this card shows you that you realize that this energy isn't something that comes through relationships or external experiences. It is your natural state of awareness and being. And again, that natural state of awareness, right? Being in the present moment and loving yourself no matter what it is that you're experiencing in the present, or what it is that your life on earth could seem to be right now. That's where unconditional love emerges. It's through that state of awareness. So the more you close yourself off, the more you close yourself off from your true self. The more you drop your shields, the more love is revealed. The more you express the love that you are, the more it's reflected back to you. Love is your truth. So I feel like you're falling in love with life again in this season, to be honest with you. And let me go ahead and read some of these oracles, because they're super, super auspicious. The fact that they've all come out overlaid together too. So the first one we'll talk about is cornucopia, wishes fulfilled. So an abundant harvest and great blessings are waiting for you. This comes in the form of gifts that the universe will bring you. It could be financial riches, it could be job fulfillment, romantic love, or all of the above. When you receive the cornucopia upright, know that you've done the important work and it's about to pay off. The seeds that you have planted in your energy and in your life are ready to be harvested in some significant way. Get ready for a great feast of abundance, and value is being prepared for you now, and Spirit is applauding all of your effort. And then you also have those two cards, right? Jeweled web connectivity also talks about literally what we said, right? So no separation between you and what it is that you desire. The fleeting state. When you realize that in omnipotent and omniscience and omnipresent way, as you're experiencing yourself in a dimension limited avatar, your vision can be a little bit handicapped sometimes. So, we forget that we are this rock. We forget that we are the ground, right? The chair or the bed in which you're sitting. You forget that you're the ground in which you're walking upon. You forget that the opportunity that you're seeking is also a conscious being that is an extension of you, right? Experiencing itself through all things. So you're either looking for confirmation of what you already know, or attempting to shed light on what eludes you on the obvious path that you're on. You're asking whether you'll reach a desired goal of some kind. You're rarely able to see beyond the memory or projection. And so everyone comes to the oracle with a narrow perception of what's possible. Imagine that the answer to your question is not about landing at a particular destination, meeting a goal, connecting to a special lover, reaching an end game, or experiencing anything specific. Instead, you discover a shimmering web of jewels that you didn't know existed. The world is interconnected in a living web of energy. It isn't possible to know how any of it works, but know this: what is in your highest good is a sparkling jewel that lights you up amongst this web of possibilities. You just need to know how you want to feel and choose this consciously. Take off your focus from getting anywhere. Practice the feeling of being in a place where your desired experience has already come to pass. That's where you anchor the feeling of the future into the present moment, right? So who will you be when this is true for you? Can you be that now? Feel that now? Practice that now? The better you know your path within this web of life, the more it will light up for you, and the more it's celebrating you already, which is huge. I talk about this a lot, especially in the background, like one-to-one with you guys. You don't need to accomplish something in order to feel safety and security. You can actually quantum hack, which is filling your body with the feeling of safety and security in the now. You don't need something externally in order for you to feel abundant. You can actually ground abundance into the present moment. Oh my god, more horses! Look! Look at them, they're white as well. That's so beautiful. Oh my god. I need to bring carrots here, man. I keep forgetting. I said I was going to do it last time. Oh no. He can't go far because his hoofs are tied together. His two front hoofs. Not sure why. But yeah, that's it, guys. We're going to close out with the horses. Why not? Hi. Oh, I feel so sorry for him with the... Oh, the other ones are down there too. He's got like his front hoofs like tied together with a rope. I wish I could take that off him so he can run free. Maybe it's about where you've also been like limiting yourself in some way. So yeah, with that being said, guys, did I cover all the messages? I think I did. Well, we also have Three of Swords. So Three of Swords is a Three of Birds energy. This card is basically about... It's basically about something that's been lingering in the hallways of your heart or haunting the hallways of your mind. It can be an old thing that you're saying goodbye to. That's what it feels like. Maybe you're saying goodbye to old ways of navigating your life on earth. Maybe you're stepping out of a period of where you've been grieving or where you've been healing, and you're stepping... It's like a kind of like a phoenix rising from the ashes. In order to experience the phoenix, we must first experience ourselves as ashes, you know? And we get to go through that process. We get to go through that journey. We get to go through that stark contrast in the third dimension, right? We get to experience ourselves as one thing because there's an illusion of separation between it being another. But within the ashes lies the DNA. It lies the fate of the phoenix, right? It almost holds the destiny of what will come after the fact. So I feel like this is about the inevitable unfoldment of your journey. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna love any of you right there. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. I love how all the horses came through when we have centaur energy. Again, so beautiful. I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. I don't know if I said that already, because we'd love to have you around. Personal reading details are also down below. Also check out Otter Spirit if you guys are looking for some high quality AAA grade jewelry. I have some of the Third Eye Chakra collection on today. I did like my own kind of layering. I love it. And yeah, you have 2 discount codes for that in the description box down below. I'll speak to you very, very soon. Until next time, bye.